St. Patrick's Day, a day to drink green beer and generally be Irish, even if you're not remotely Irish. More importantly, it's our adopted yellow lab Mickey's birthday. Happy 6th birthday, Mickey! When it comes to weather, St. Patrick's Day is often quite interesting across the United States. Let's take a closer look at the climate of St. Patrick's Day, including some of the most important events to occur on March 17th. Occurring during one of the most volatile weather months of the year, St. Patrick's Day can be one of the most intense holidays for weather. All the ingredients for strong winter storms remain, along with the influence of warmer spring temperatures, meaning blizzards, thunderstorms, tornadoes, and floods can all be on the menu on St. Patrick's Day. Average high temperatures often reach the 70s across the deep south and southwest, while highs in Chicago, New York, and Seattle all sit around 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Lows average below freezing across the Rockies, Great Lakes, and the Northeast, while lows in Phoenix and Florida sit in the 50s during the height of Major League Baseball's spring training. Here's a look at some normal temperatures across the U.S. for March 17th. In the Midwest, many of the maximum temperature records for the date came during an unprecedented heat wave during the month of March of 2012. High temperatures from the high plains to the Great Lakes were more than 25 degrees above normal on March 17, 2012. Highs reached the 80s across most of Nebraska, South Dakota, Iowa, western Missouri, and northern Illinois. Little did we know at the time that these record highs would leave lasting impacts, leading to one of the worst spring freeze disasters on record, followed by one of the worst droughts across the Corn Belt in decades. We'll look closer at those events in future episodes. Since 1950, more than 6,000 tornadoes have been reported across the United States. Of those, 131 have occurred on St. Patrick's Day. One of the worst tornado outbreaks for the day occurred just 2 years ago in 2021. A strong storm that led to heavy rain across the mid-Mississippi Valley had all the right conditions for a significant outbreak of severe weather in the Deep South. A total of 35 tornadoes were reported, with a majority in Alabama and Mississippi. 5 people in total were injured, and more than $395,000 in damage was reported. More than $150,000 of that damage occurred from a short-lived EF1 tornado in rural northern Louisiana. Meanwhile, an EF2 tornado that originated along the Mississippi-Alabama border traveled the entire width of Choctaw County, Alabama, ending after being on the ground for more than 36 miles. When it comes to snowstorms, the St. Patrick's Day blizzard of 1892 in Nashville takes the cake. As told by Mark Rose of the National Weather Service in Nashville, a record 17 inches of snow fell on March 17, 1892 in Nashville. Meanwhile, Memphis was left under an 18-inch blanket of snow. Streetcars were unable to operate, leaving suburban workers no choice but to walk to work. Snowdrifts reach as high as 4 feet, as comically described over the Associated Press wire that day. To this day, Memphis has only had 2 St. Patrick's Days with measurable snowfall, while Nashville has only had 4, and both stations have records dating back to the early 1870s. Now, while I may not have covered every storm on St. Patrick's Day, luckily you too can find out what happened on St. Patrick's Day in your hometown, using the same tools that I used to make this video. The Midwestern Regional Climate Center's Climate has a tool where you can search for this day in history for your hometown. Not only can you find St. Patrick's Day's climatologies, but more than 24 other holidays for more than 2,000 stations across the United States. A link is down in the description below. Finally, here's a climatology for my hometown, Lancaster, Wisconsin, where you can see the high temperature record for both the maximum and the minimum temperature occurred on that exceptionally warm 2012 day. The record low also occurred just a month before my father was born in 1941. What's your favorite St. Patrick's Day memory, weather related or otherwise? Leave a comment down below. Also, leave a like for Mickey and subscribe for Bucky. They really appreciate it, along with snacks. Thanks for watching.